strongly caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Happy Wednesday. Holy crap, what happened to the layout?
What the heck did you do? Like, is there like something new I don't know about? Or we were just talking about aliens.
Ooh. That's a new layout. So we're here with Audrey from Bullet to the Heart. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We are fantastic.
Great.
All right, so the way we run this, you have questions 1 through 84. You can either pick a number or you can take the chance and roll it. It's all up to you.
All right. Let's pick. My lucky number is 3, so let's pick 3.
Okay. Now, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit, all right?
All right.
You and your band are in Las Vegas, all right? Somehow, some way, you got people in a cop car, and you only got one person to call. So which band members are in the cop car, and what did they do, and who did they call?
Somebody's going to get thrown under the bus.
They ain't here, so do it.
The thing is I know who it is because Six and Draven are always getting themselves into some trouble. So it's definitely Six and Draven in the back of the cop car. They're together. They're both Italian. They both got into some situation.
Okay.
They are most likely calling our ex-manager, Dominic Boss, because he's also Italian, so he's going to get him out of that situation. Now, what they did is they probably tried to, what is it? They probably tried to, I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, they tried to, like, do a little sly thing with the blackjack table. They tried to, do a little, extra money. And they said, get the fuck out. We're calling the cops.
They got busted.
They got busted because they thought they were slick, but they weren't.
They weren't.
I love when you only get the vocalists on the show and that question comes up because somebody's getting thrown under the bus.
It ain't me. I am a saint.
See? And there's no one around to say yes or no.
Exactly.
Fair enough. All right, I like that.
I can't say I'm a saint.
What a roller do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Oh,
roll we go.
Okay.
65. All right. What would be your monster truck name?
I hate this question.
Oh, God. I hate this question, too, but it's such a good fucking question.
Come on.
Question. Well, okay. So I'm just going to go with my stage name because it's pretty fucking cool. My monster truck would be called the Queen of Darkness.
All right.
That fits.
She
Would
would
it have cat ears?
she would look like Grim Reaper-esque. She would be like very like death follows her, very gothic, very almost like the monster truck like Bone Shaker. She'd almost look similar to Bone Shaker.
Okay.
See, I don't know.
Are you going with all black, or are you gonna throw some other colors in there?
All black, but then it's an underglow of like a dark blue.
I was thinking purple, but all right, I got thrown off on that one. All right, I'm sitting there thinking, I know where this is going. We're gonna go purple. Nope.
No, it's blue.
All right. Good throwing a little twist in there. All right, I got you.
Good
So
twist.
I'm gonna hit up with a bonus question right off the bat.
All right.
So, what is that one pivotal moment in your life that you decided that you want to do music? Was it a band? Was it a music video? Like, what was that one instance? You're like, this is what I want to do.
So I remember I was at my grandmother's house, and my grandma's a younger grandmother. She had my dad at 18, and then my dad had me at 21. So she was a younger grandmother when I was born. So she was watching, I don't know what she was watching, but she was watching some like, it was either VH1 or MTV or something where music videos were playing.
Right.
And I think I was like 14 or 15. She was like, I got to show you. I love that. I just discovered this band. I want to show you this music video. And it was How You Remind Me by Nickelback. And I remember seeing Chad Kroeger playing guitar, looking like a fucking rock star. And I literally looked at that and I was like, I want to fucking do that. I want to be a rock star. I want to play guitar and I want to sing. So I picked up a guitar. That didn't really go anywhere. So I was like,
That didn't work. Damn it.
I'll just be a rock star. And I started so from then on, I started like, I want to be in a band. I want to be in a rock band. I want to do like hard rock music and like metal. So it was around that time, 14, 15, I was like, I want to be a fucking rock star. Like, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. It kind of sounds like, my story is a little bit similar. Mine was MTV, like a lot of people. And, is seeing Ace of Spades by Motorhead for the first time is what sent me down I didn't even know metal existed till I seen that shit. I grew up in Oklahoma. Country music capital of the world. And the only thing you knew was either country or whatever was on the radio, which most of it was like either country or like pop rock and shit like that. So I knew like Leonard Skinner and Def Leppard and stuff like that, but I was never subjected to metal until MTV. And then I went fucking ballistic with it, and it just got heavier and heavier and heavier, and it just didn't stop. Of course, my mom was like, I don't know if your parents did the same thing, but they're like, oh, it's a fad, they'll grow out of it. Yeah, I never grew out of it.
My mom said that same about the tattoos, and now I've got 2 fucking sleeves. I've got my eye done. Yeah. She created a monster.
Yep, my parents said the same thing, and I'm now like 80% of my body is completely covered in tattoos. And they're like, shit.
My mom was actually kind of cool. It's not her thing, and she always reminds me it's not her thing. She'll be like, okay, which ones did you get? And she'll, oh, that's pretty. What does that mean? And I tell her the meaning. She goes, oh, that's pretty. That's not my thing, but it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and my mom took me, and she was like, this better be like one of the only tattoos you get, only get a couple of them. And then it just got to the point where she can't even tell I've gotten a new tattoo because I'm so fucking covered.
My dad does that.
Yeah, my mom said the same thing. She took me 18, first tattoo. It was like, that's it. And I was like, fuck no, it's not. Let's go. Let's get more.
Yeah,
I've got tattoo appointments scheduled up until next year. So
I haven't gotten a tattoo in like years. I think the last one I got was on the side of my head, and I got a huge Ouija board planchet on the side of my head.
I got a planchet right here.
Yes,
I can't fucking. Yeah, right there. It's right there on my forearm.
So, what was since we're on the tattoo subject, what was your most painful tattoo? Like, what was the worst area?
Just hard like a bitch.
Jeez, honestly, so in the moment, the thing that hurt the most was like here on my hip, like on my side.
Right.
But like afterwards, pain was like the hands, just because like my hand like swelled to like a fucking like it was literally like a club, like I could beat people with it. So even though it like it didn't hurt in the moment, like this wasn't too bad. It was just like the swelling afterwards just hurt. But like right here by my hip, like really fucking hurt for me. Now I don't have my ribs, I don't have like my neck or anything. I'm gonna work on it. This didn't even really hurt, but this is like a tiny little fucking heart on my face. It took 5 minutes. Why would it hurt? So
right.
Like, yeah. So it's like I haven't experienced other areas. So like so far that, but I'm pretty sure like my mom just got her ribs done and she was like that. Like she goes the fatty parts. She goes fucking hurt for me. So
yeah, I've got my ribs done. That was pretty rough. I've got my neck all the way around except for just right here on my throat isn't done, which those weren't bad. But like for me, the worst was my elbows were horrible.
Yeah, you know, now that you mention it, yeah, the elbows were pretty bad because like this one's like all black. Like he blacked this out. That was fucked up.
Yeah, see, I've got that spiral and I've got a bunch of black and the elbow was rough. The sternum was really bad, and my collarbones.
Yeah, this right here. I did my whole chest in one sitting, and oh fuck! I had to have ice packs on afterwards. I was like, oh, it was like on fire.
I want to get here. I want to get like something here. So goddamn, I'm just gonna grin and bear it.
My
just
lower
balls to the wall, girl. Just do it.
Back was bad too. Like on my back piece, my lower back was like really kind of rough. And the further they went out, like a lot of people say the spine hurts really bad. My spine, I mean, there was a few like sensitive areas, but for me, it was like the further they went out to that fatty tissue, and then that just got horrific. Yeah. Like I've got a portrait of Paul Gray from Slipknot right here on my rib cage, and it was just, it was so bad. It was just so,
it was so bad.
I was like sitting there the whole time. About 10 minutes in, I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? This shit sucks so bad.
And if you stop, it makes it worse. Like you just have to do it.
My worst one was actually my head. My head was the worst. Like she was telling me, it was at like a tattoo convention, and she was like, that they tell you the outline's always the worst. It's the same thing with the head. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well the outline, was not bad. And she was like, well, what do you mean? She goes, outline's always the worst. I'm like, not on this shit, which it was not. Like that shading was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible, because there was lots of shading, lots of gradient, different colors, and like, oh my god, it sucks so fucking bad. And you can hear it like inside your ears, like it's almost like taking needles and grinding on fucking like concrete.
Yeah, Jesus,
like,
no.
Oh my god, I know. I woke up and they were like, "Holy crap, you need to like not move and just sit there." Somebody go get him a fucking soda, because the tattoo artist said I was just like pale fucking white and just pouring sweat.
Oh jeez.
Oh, this sucks. This sucks so bad. And that took about 3 hours on my fucking head.
Oof, that must have felt like forever.
Yeah, and I want to do the other side, but I'm so fucking scared. I didn't know what to expect on the first one, and now I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. All right, so you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's pick number 36.
Yeah, 36 it is. All right, Jedi or Sith?
I love this question too, because I want to say I'm a Jedi, and I'm pretty sure everybody that knows me be like, you're a Jedi because you're so good. I want to say Sith.
You're all, fuck you all.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sith.
All right.
So who's your favorite Jedi and who's your favorite Sith?
So my favorite Jedi has to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have his lightsaber tattooed on me, his episode 1, his original hilt, before he lost it to Darth Maul. My favorite Sith. God. This is like the thing I'm least versed in, honestly. But I would honestly have to say, just because I've played Knights of the Old Republic, probably Darth Bane.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. See, mine was both a Jedi and then a Sith, and went back to a Jedi. But I like Darth Revan.
Yes.
He's always been my favorite Jedi and Sith, because if you read like the Old Republic books, the graphic novels and stuff like that, like he was always my favorite, the most intriguing to me.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the red Sith one? No,
They're
it's
all
the
red.
no, the one that is like all has like all the horns. It was
Darth Maul.
It's Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like that guy.
Well, Darth
Yes.
Maul's intriguing too.
Yeah, so it's funny because when my brother and I were younger, we loved Star Wars. And one year, my brother, he was like so little, he went to my mom and said, "I want to be Darth Maul for Halloween," and she painted his face like Darth Maul, and it was super intricate. And then she put him next to like a life-size cutout of him, and it was super fucking cool. That's like Darth Maul is really cool. So it's was Savage. I think Savage was a Sith at one point. He was pretty cool as well. I liked him.
Yeah. There's not very many people that bring him up. Of course, you don't really see much of him unless you watch the Clone Wars animated series, and then you get to find out about Savage, which, I liked him, and I've always been a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm still a Star Wars nerd to this day.
I am as well.
I collect the shit out of all the Funkos and all
I
this.
am not Star Wars at all.
You pick up that family trait.
No, you got the other side.
Breaks my heart. I don't ever have anybody talk about Star Wars shit with.
You talk about it all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know.
No.
All right, so you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll it. Ooh, 11. All right. If you can own a mystical creature, what mystical creature would you own?
Oh my gosh, a Niffler. I want
A what?
They're so a Niffler. They're from Harry Potter. They're actually from Fantastic Beasts, and they like to collect shiny objects. They're almost like,
I know exactly. They look like what are those things with the paddle on their ass?
Platypus?
Platypus.
Yeah.
Platypus. Yeah, they're so cute, and just like seeing that on screen, I would want to own one so bad. I would probably steal everything shiny, but I would just let it because it's just so freaking. I would just want to squeeze it to death.
I die every time somebody even mentions platypus, because if y'all ever seen that Robin Williams skit where he talks about the creation of the platypus and how he was like, if you think that God didn't smoke weed, you're out of your fucking mind. And like replays the whole skit of like God sitting there smoking a joint, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna take a beaver and a duck and something else, and we're gonna mix it up, and it's gonna be wonderful. And it's gonna be a mammal, but it lays eggs."
Our guitarist actually loves platypuses, and when we want him at any point, we call his name, and he does a platypus noise. So
we find out all kinds of shit tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right.
I'm glad you said that one. I totally forgot about that little guy. I would train it to get things that I probably would really like, though. I mean, if you're going to be...
Isn't there a Pokemon that looks like a platypus? I'm pretty sure that there is. I was too old for Pokemon, but I had some cousins and stuff that were really into it.
I've seen some.
And I think I remember seeing one that looks like a platypus.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I didn't really get into Pokemon all that much. So.
Yeah, I say I was way too old by the time it came out. I think I was in my mid-20s by the time that shit came out. So yeah, I had no.
That's more Garbage Pail Kid kind of.
Oh yeah, I was big into Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, I collected birds.
Oh, I had them. I've almost thought about collecting them again because they were so cool. I thought about it.
They're back out now.
I know.
Yeah, they're back out now. Except we
Oh,
don't talk
no.
about that terrible '80s movie that they made. Oh my god,
Oh
that
no.
was terrible. If you want to wait 2 hours of your life and you have nothing better to watch, just for
Watch
your
that.
oh, it's bad. You'll never get the time back, but it is bad enough that it's kind of funny.
Oh jeez.
It's pretty horrible. All right, so you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's roll again. I like this. I like the roll.
All right.
The roll today is going to be 42. Dun. The most uncomfortable outfit on stage. And you've worn some interesting head thingies.
I
So
have.
which one's uncomfortable? I don't even know what you call those things. I am not a girly girl, sorry.
I'm not either. I am the furthest thing. And whatever Draven tells me to put on, I put it on and I walk on out. Literally. But I think the most uncomfortable thing I've worn on stage, honestly, has to be, I just wore it for the trauma release show. It was this, when I ordered it, I thought it came with bottoms and it didn't. So it was
Okay.
I got this top and it had this flowing skirt and there was nothing. So I had to improvise and use these they're almost I'd say wrestler shorts with these things on them. I don't even fucking know what to call them. But
pads? Or
no, they were it was
spandex?
Yeah, spandex, fucking straps that squeezed my thighs because my thighs were clearly too big for them. So I'm on stage and it's opening here on my stomach, which when I was 20 years old and I had a flat stomach, I was all for, let me show my stomach. But now that I'm almost 30, I kind of want to be a little bit more modest. But this thing was showing everything. And then the shorts were too short and they're coming down. And I had to play an hour and 20 minutes in this fucking get up. And I'm fucking with it the whole time. I'm trying to put the strap around to cover it. And it was opening. And then I didn't want to flash anybody and turn around. So the whole time I'm please just cooperate. I don't want to flash all of these people. I'm freaking out the whole damn time. I'm fucking up. I didn't fuck up too many lyrics, but I fucked up some lyrics trying to fix it. So I now opt more for bodysuits or things that won't necessarily accidentally show.
Flow out.
Yeah, flow out and show the crowd for free because I might have to charge. There might be here's the square, everybody. You don't get that for free.
Right. You better start tagging now.
Yeah. Bring your cards up because that was not free. That wasn't a free show.
Right. Tips. Come on.
Yeah.
I think everybody's got those stories of the wardrobe malfunctions.
Yeah.
I was playing in a band in my low 20s and we had a female lead singer and we were playing some little local outside festival, but I mean it was hot. It was 100 degrees on that stage because you got lights and the weather and it's middle of summer. It's right at the beginning of August, so it's the hottest time period. She decides to wear pleather pants.
Oh.
And it gets so bad. I mean, it was hot. We wore masks and I was dying because I could literally feel my mask filling up with sweat and running down my neck. And it was the worst feeling ever. We get off stage and she comes out there. She was like, I can't get my pants off.
Oh, no.
She goes, I cannot get them off. And so I was like, well, what do you want us to do? She goes, I need you to cut them off.
Oh, no.
And so she literally, we had to get 3 of us to be able to stretch the pants out because obviously you don't want to cut with her wearing them because you're going to cut her.
Yeah.
So we had to pull them out. And she was like, just let y'all know, I'm not wearing any underwear. So it's not a whole situation, but y'all are the only ones I trust. And I need this done because I don't want to sit here in these sweaty ass pleather pants for the rest of the day. And I was like, hey, no judgment. We all just kind of hid behind and somebody pulled while somebody cut and we had to keep pulling and cutting all the way down. We had to cut them completely off of her to get them off.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, we tried
So
telling
do
you,
that.
probably not going to be the best idea in the world. You should have went with the skirt and like some boy shorts underneath or something.
Yeah. So, real quick, because I'm looking at the comments, somebody asked, who is the adorable orange kitty? That would be my baby. He's 6 months old. His name is Phoenix. I just got him. I got him when he was 2 months. He was walking around here and crying because he wants to go to bed, and that's not happening anytime. Oh, he's back there.
Yeah, he's back in the back, other way.
He is. Hi,
He's
baby.
over there making some biscuits, you know.
Hi. I didn't even realize he was there. Yeah, that's Phoenix. That's my little 6 month.
To be honest, I thought it was a stuffed animal, but I'm blind as shit.
Oh no, he's been over there making biscuits,
Yeah.
just purring away.
I'm blind as hell to begin with, even with my glasses. So I thought it was a stuffed animal.
I like animals, so I didn't care.
Yeah, I saw the question, and I saw him kind of when we were talking. He went that way, so I didn't even think he was. Okay, you're part of the show now, baby boy.
Look at Misty being all eagle-eyed and shit.
Well, yeah, well, that's because she has one too.
Or I'm just that damn blind. One of the two. One of the two.
You're blind because you can see her. He's right there.
Yeah, look at him.
You know.
He's just like his mother. He's got to be the center of attention.
Yay.
So.
It's all right.
Every vocalist does. I mean, it's just the thing. Our vocalist now, she's the center of attention. No. All right, so moving on. Do you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's pick. Let me think here. Let's pick 13.
Number 13 it is. If you had an unlimited budget, what kind of video would you do? So this means you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. What would you like? What? What's like the masterpiece?
Oh, that is a good question because I've seen like a lot of our inspirations, like making our videos. We watch a lot of falling in reverse shit lately because like that is a theatrical fucking masterpiece like that they make with their videos. So honestly, if I had an unlimited budget, I'd want to do something like something with like sirens and like the ocean. I'd want to do a lot of like underwater stuff, and I'd want like a ton of like people to play like sirens and do like this whole big like theatrical scene where like there's pirates on this big boat and they're just getting got by all these fucking sirens, and you see them getting ripped apart and just eaten and dragged to the bottom of the ocean. I don't want to, and then you'd see like the ship sink. I want to do something like that.
Don't forget the Kraken.
Yes, that as well, just wreaking havoc on everything.
I have a little baby Kraken over on my arm.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
All right. That's cool. All right, so if you guys could go on tour with any three bands of your choice, dead or alive, who would you go on tour with?
Damn. That's a tough one. There are a lot of fucking bands I'd love to go on tour with, honestly. A big one would definitely be, like, this is an obvious one. I'd want to go on tour with Disturbed, just because they're Chicago's home. I've loved Disturbed. I grew up on Disturbed. I really fucking love to tour with Linkin Park with Chester. Love Chester to be alive at the helm of that. That'd be fucking kicking. And then, Jesus, that third band. What's that third band? Honestly, I'd like to do Falling in Reverse, because I'd love to try to fuck with Ronnie a lot. Honestly, I'd love to just every night just try to fuck with him and just screw him up. I'd love it. I love Ronnie Radke. Like, at first I fucking hated him, and then as I went on, I was like, fuck, man, I would love to tour with him and just like give that I don't give a fuck attitude every night and just rock it like that. So that would be my big three that I'd love to tour with.
Okay. I didn't really like Falling in Reverse when they first came out.
I didn't either.
But now I'm starting to get into them little by little. I'm starting. When that song Ronald came out, that kind of like I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
I'm
I,
listening. You have
I
my attention.
I think what did it for me, because I didn't like them either. Like their old music, like my Draven really liked them, and I was like, ugh, this shit sucks. And then like when I heard his like that reimagined of I'm Not a Vampire, I was like, holy fucking shit, that's good. Like I thought that was awesome. And then he showed me the original version. I was like, ugh, that's horrible. Like, I'm so glad he redid it. And then, like, when he came out with voices, that's what also, like, really hooked me. Because I was like, holy fuck, there's someone, like, kind of knows, like, what the fuck's going on in my brain. Because, like, I'm mentally fucked up. And someone finally put it into words where I felt like, yeah, I feel this too. And then, like, Popular Monster, I was like, man, he's, like, hitting out some bangers for me. And then, yeah, Ronald, I thought was fucking hilarious. And I was just like, yeah, I fuck with this. So I've just grown to love them. And like I said, I love his I don't give a fuck attitude about anybody or anything. And like, I don't know. As I get older, I understand it. Because when I was younger, I was always raised like, oh, like, you know, everybody's got to like you. Like, you got to please everybody. And then like, I was like, fuck no, I don't. Fuck that. Like, I'm going to be myself. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, oh,
Exactly.
See, I feel that same way because I was a people person for like the longest time, and I did whatever I could do to get people to like me, and I never understood why. Like, you know, there was just some people that you just it just wasn't going to happen.
No.
And you know, the older I got and realized you're never going to make everybody happy, never. And there's going to be people that don't like you, talk shit about you. Regardless of what you do, doesn't matter how nice you are or how mean they are. Once they make up their mind, that's done deal. It's done. So you're better off just to focus on the people who do love you and do care about you and care about your own self-worth. And I think that's the whole reason I started getting into them too, because I started actually listening to the lyrics of, you know, like Popular Monster and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this band another chance and actually start listening to it. So I got into it. And then, of course, it helped that he had Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail because I'm a huge Slaughter to Prevail fan.
Yeah.
Huge. I remember I seen them live for the first time before I ever heard their music. No clue who they were. I was at a smaller festival they were playing because I was there to see Chelsea Grin, and they were one of the earlier bands. And they came on, and their stage presence was just, I mean, they came up there like they were the biggest goddamn thing on the fucking planet. And I mean, the energy was just like intense. And I was just like, holy shit, who the fuck is this guy?
Mm-hmm. It's the best part.
You want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's roll.
All right.
Roll we go. We're going to go with 31. If you can bring back any rock star, who would you bring back?
Chester Bennington. I'm sorry, we need that man back. I'm one of those people where I'm not into the new Linkin Park. No offense to the female. No offense to, you know, who's fronting it right now. I just think they should have rebranded and they should have been a separate thing. I don't think they should have been Linkin Park. So I think we need Chester back, and I think he needs to take his reins back, to be honest.
I mean, I agree with that. There are some fans that I've seen that have been completely bashing it with. I understand as a fan, from a fan perspective, I do. But it's also at the same time, it's like the business side of it, they don't understand that all those OG bands, they all signed big record deals.
Exactly.
And at that point, a lot of times, that record label owns your ass. They own that band. And they don't understand if you split that band up and you guys don't come back and you still owe that record label, you're going to get a nice little letter from their attorneys telling that you owe X amount of dollars still from your original contract.
Exactly.
So a lot of times bands come back with new lead singers because they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, exactly. And like you said, that's what a lot of people don't understand about like the other side of the music industry. And that's like why they why they bash it a lot of times. Which is like, that's why, like, when they came out with her and everything, I was like, cool. I won't be supporting it, but what the fuck do they care? They've got other people supporting it. Like, if I leave, that's one person. Ooh, big whoop-de-fucking do. So it's just like, I'm not into it, but other people might be into it, and that's totally fine, Strokes
just a
for
different...
folks.
Yeah, because I got that discussion with somebody online today, and they were like, what are you talking about? I said, go look at some of these older bands that signed big deals that there's not an original band member in that band at all, and the band still exists. Do you ever think about why? And they're like, oh shit, no, I didn't. And I was like, there's bands that exist today that there are no original members in that band anymore, but they joined the band, they signed the contract, they're now roped into their obligations. So that's why the band still exists. Do they own it? Nope, but that record label does. Exactly. Which is why I'm a big fan of the independent music scene, because now you guys have way more control over your music and how things are ran and operated than before in the past.
Yeah.
Now, as far as that question goes, how do you like the music industry now than compared to what it was then? Because I know now it's like way more competitive. There's pros and cons to it, but do you prefer it the way that it is now, or would you prefer it to go back to the old days?
I would prefer it to go back to the old days, honestly, because nowadays people expect you to not only be a musician, but to be an influencer. And I think that's kind of like, not to say that life is fair, but I think that's kind of unfair for us musicians, because influencers should be separate from musicians. We should just be making music. We should just be, telling our stories through music. I don't think we should be on TikTok fucking making cringy videos like, oh, this is the, like, I just had to make a cringy video and I had to post it on TikTok because we saw someone else do the fucking trend. It's like, oh, this is the catchiest chorus you'll ever hear, and then it's me dancing to like the chorus of Dreamscape. It's like, we have to do that shit or else no one fucking discovers our music, and it's just stupid. Like, I don't want to be on TikTok dancing to my song because nobody wants to check it out, like go through like organic channels with this new age fucking people. But that's how it is. And if you don't have a certain amount of likes or followers or Spotify numbers or traffic, you will not get picked up by anybody. You won't get solicited. I mean, we've tried to solicit ourselves to some bigger record companies, and we were like, hey, listen, we put on a good fucking live show, we put on some good music, and they told us, well, you're not ready because you only got 5K on Facebook. And it's like, well, Meta fucking sucks. Like, we pump so much into Meta and it goes nowhere. We get bot traffic, and it's like, what, I'm paying money so that bots can comment on my shit so I get buried down the Facebook feed? It's like, what the fuck? So it's like, when I first started this, when I was 18, this is not how the music industry was. Now I'm almost 30, and it's like, well, your TikTok followers are at 4K. That's not good enough. We can't sign you. Your TikTok followers got to be up. And it's like, I fucking hate TikTok. What is TikTok doing for me? Nothing.
That's not pissing me off.
Yeah, I'm being like, my drummer, my husband is like, you gotta make content. So I'm going to my bassist, my 6, who also is like doing studio work. And I'm like, can you get me in to like do this stupid fucking cringy video, please? So I can post it on TikTok. And he's like, yeah, I guess. And then like we post it, and then it gets like 1,000 views and nobody comments. And I'm like, okay, I just wasted my fucking time and energy for what? Mm-hmm. For 1,000 views? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm too fucking tired.
It's like,
all right,
you've got to be a musician and a circus monkey.
Exactly.
Both.
Exactly. Like, what do I gotta do? Like, what, I gotta fucking bend over backwards and crawl on the floor like I'm the Exorcist for you to check out my music? Like, what does it take, people? I don't know. I'm so confused. I feel like I'm 100 years old. I'm almost 30. I should fucking know this shit. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm not making music. I'm making TikToks. What the hell?
I understand.
Me and her have this. Me and her literally, because like we have a daily meeting from noon to 3. We have a meeting. where we talk about this shit. And this is a subject of our conversation every single day. And I'm not kidding, every day it's like, why do we're just DJs. Why the fuck do we have to do this shit? Like,
Yeah.
we're just trying to promote these bands and get them out there. We're not getting paid. We just do it because we love doing it and it's fun and we like supporting these bands. And occasionally we get to go somewhere and do something cool and hang out with some cool people, make some new friends. But goddamn, why do we got to do this shit too?
Mm-hmm. I just had to. Okay, first I wasn't on TikTok that much at all, and then all this I'm like on it all the time now. And now I finally had to break down and get Instagram because I was against Instagram too. I was like, I don't want any more platforms. Like I don't. I want to go out to that concert. I want to go meet that person out there and be like, hey, this is fucking awesome. Let's, do this every year for the rest of our lives. You know what I mean? Like making those memories there instead of hiding, and never coming out. The pandemic's over, guys.
Yeah.
Come out, wherever you are.
Yeah, please get off of fucking TikTok. We're done.
I wish we could get off. I mean, social media is good and it's also bad. Like,
true.
Personally, if I didn't do this and I wasn't in this line of work, I would not have social media at all.
Same.
Like I would be completely off of it and I would not do it. I would have no Facebook, no Instagram, no nothing. I would not fucking do it. And I'm the world's worst with keeping up with it. Even with my own band, we're like, how do we get our music out? I'm like, son of a bitch. Double time. I gotta do this for the radio station and my shit.
Yep.
Can I just throw a temper tantrum and not do it?
For real.
All right, so you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's roll.
Roll we go with 36.
I think we already did that one.
I feel like we already did that.
Oh, we did do that one. So we go up and it's going to be self-taught or school. How did you learn your music?
So I have a little bit of self-taught, a little bit of school. I've been singing to myself since I was 2 years old. There's a video of me out there in a diaper singing with a brush, Butterfly Kisses. So I have been singing since I was 2. I kind of did teach myself a little bit, but then when I was 14, my mom put me in choir. So then I was in choir for a couple years. I quit that, started doing rock music, started kind of trying to teach myself the ropes on rock music. And then I went to a music college to where I had to get vocal lessons because it was part of the curriculum. So I would say I am self-taught, but then I was also refined with some vocal teachings through classical, I would say. So I'm more of like a classical singer. But if you know the fundamentals of classical, you can basically sing whatever because the fundamentals are in classical. The only thing I don't know how to do, which I'm learning how to do, is scream. I don't know how to scream. I do scream on some tracks, but I'm kind of pretending a little bit. So I do need to learn a little bit of screaming still. I'm still a little baby on that.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, so there's a flip side to one of the questions I asked earlier about who you would tour with. Now here's the flip side to it. Who would you tour with completely outside of your genre? Cannot be rock at all. So let's take a little strategy. You don't have to necessarily like them. Strategize.
Honestly, does that count? Let me think. Honestly, I would want to tour with the Dave Matthews Band.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I'm listening.
Okay. I grew up on Dave Matthews. My mom loved him to death. I don't know why, but I grew up listening to that. So if I had to tour, I would tour with him. I have seen some crazy videos of him dancing on stage, being a weirdo. I think he'd be a fun guy to tour with, honestly.
Heck yeah.
I got to see him one time when I was way younger, and I remember it being a pretty damn good show.
Just make sure, that is a sore subject, Meg, because we just lost our tour bus. So thanks for bringing up that trauma on our show.
No.
Good job, Meg.
Yeah, we just got off of tour and we literally had to leave our van in Maryland because it started billowing smoke and was just not working.
It was on fire.
She was done. I mean, she was a 2006 Dodge Sprinter van it was Mercedes inlay because Dodge didn't fucking make Sprinter vans. It was Mercedes.
Right.
And yeah, we're going along and she just wouldn't go. And then we got to Zen West in Maryland and the promoter happened to be a mechanic and he was looking, he's like, yeah, your fuel injectors are spitting fuel everywhere and the engine's not running and it's not engaging the turbo. So we were like, okay, we're just going to go junk it then. Cause we got to get the fuck home. And they were like, yeah, best we can give you $600 cause it's fucked. And we were like, okay, take it.
Lovely.
Take it. We don't want it. She's done.
Yeah.
That's not the
Take it, get some tickets, and run.
Yeah, we ended up having to get a rental car to get 3 of us home. Then we had to have Draven's uncle come out with his truck and trailer to get our fucking equipment home. We had to haul all the equipment out of the truck, put it in the hotel room. Then they had to wait while we went forward, and now we got it home. But now we have a show on Friday, and we have to rent a U-Haul in order to get our shit there. But you know, I mean, we'll find another one. It's just, that was her name was Lucifer. We loved her, but rest in peace.
It's one of the worst things. It's like one of the worst investments that any human, doesn't matter if you're in a band or just a regular person working your day job. It's like the worst investment that you have to make as a vehicle.
Yep.
It just plain out is. It's just god awful, and especially for a musician when you travel thousands and thousands and thousands of miles, those vehicles just aren't going to hold up. And it's like it's always a ticking time bomb. And every time you go on tour, it's like, please make it to the next city. Please make it to the next city. Can we please make it to the next city? Just let us get through this tour and we'll replace it.
Yeah. We were trying to do that, and then she said, "Nah, you're good. I'm done. Blame me to rest."
No more.
Yeah, she's like, "Please lay me to rest." You're like, "All right, fine. You win."
That's not good at all. All right, so you want to pick or you want to roll?
Let's roll.
All right.
Oh, where'd it go? All right, 54. Oh, this is where you get to play a fun game of rock, paper, and scissors with jagz.
All right, jagz.
Oh, God, I hate this.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I won!
Hi, you won one.
It's the first time ever.
It is the first time.
Oh.
You suck at that shit. Why you gotta do that to me? Next time you're doing it. All right, you want to roll or you want to pick?
Let's roll. I love the roll. Let's just roll it.
The roll we go. Go with number voice care advice. Number 5, sorry. What is your voice care advice for the singers out there that are just starting and,
So, honestly, I'm really bad at voice care. So, I'm going to give you advice to what you should do.
Hey, at least we did it.
All right.
What you should do.
Yeah.
So, whispering is really bad for your voice. It actually engages your vocal cords more than just talking normally or even screaming. So do not whisper whatsoever. Don't attempt to scream or scream unless you know the technique, because you can cause vocal nodules. So make sure that you're doing voice technique with screaming. Always engage your diaphragm. Don't ever sing from your throat because that'll strain your vocal cords. And room temperature water before you do sets. Don't talk before sets. And something that I do, I always take a decongestant, probably a couple hours before a set if you have really bad allergies. And then I also take a vocal supplement called Voice 37, which Amy Lee actually used. It's an herbal supplement that's supposed to coat your vocals to help the ease of like singing. And then don't drink alcohol or smoke before you perform. Even if you do smoke, just hold off until after your performance. Don't smoke for the day. Just smoke after. Or don't smoke at all. Or smoke. I don't care. I smoke, so.
That's what they're supposed to do, if that's what you're supposed to do.
but just hold off. I know, like you're gonna want to be tempted because of the nerves. Just hold off until after your set to smoke or drink.
Gotcha.
I think the gods I'm not a vocalist at all, because the whole
Right.
like no drinking thing would like absolutely kill me. Like I grew up, I've never been good with crowds. Even whenever I've been playing music, I never did good with crowds. And I had it was a good experience, but a bad experience, the same thing. We played, I didn't realize it was going to be as big of a show as it was. And whenever I got to the side of the stage and I made the mistake to look out there, I projectile vomited everywhere. Everywhere. And I did this vomiting thing before every show until I was about 32 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
Before I was like, I quit doing it because I have really bad anxiety and I don't know what it is, but it just would kill me every single time. And I always remember, I'm glad I'm not a vocalist because this would have just ruined my whole damn day.
Oh, jacked up.
So glad that I just play bass. Plus, I have to have my beer. Like, that's my one thing to like chill me out before getting on stage. Is I want, a couple of beers, just like get me cool because I still have issues with like the anxiety and shit like that. And I'm just like, I gotta have them. I gotta have them. So I'm so glad that I'm not a vocalist. So glad.
Yeah, anxiety gets everybody, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
You, Trey, you shut your whore mouth right now. You
you just got called a whore, Trey.
Why do we We're not talking about this today.
I mean, it could be. I mean, we can talk about.
No, just roll the dice. Roll the dice. We ain't talking about
Oh,
That one time at band camp.
roll the damn dice. Good.
All right, fine. All right, number 67. If you can have any actor play you in a movie, who would it be?
That is a good one because I have been told by several people, I don't know why, that me and Daisy Ridley look alike. So I'd have Daisy Ridley play me.
I don't even know who that is.
So
No.
she plays Rey in the new Star Wars.
Oh.
He's like,
He's looking.
nothing like everybody looking at you right now, right?
I'm blind as shit, but yeah, I can kind of see that. Hey, at least it's Star Wars. I can do that.
Exactly. So I'd say her. She'd play me. I think she'd play me good.
All right. Cool. So on that, we've hit the end of the time. Y'all don't go anywhere. We are going to play one of their music videos on the way out. Most importantly, where do you guys like to talk to your fans? Where can they get your music? And most importantly, if you have merch, where can they get that?
So if you go to our Facebook page, we have a Linktree link, and that will take you literally everywhere that we are. Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok. It'll take you to the merch site, which we have a big cartel. So anywhere you need to go to the Linktree in the Facebook description. It will show you the fan flowy link, so you can sign up to be a part of the Bloodline. We do talk a lot through there. We have a bot that talks to you, but if you ask us questions, we'll talk to you back as long as the questions are appropriate. Don't come asking me for something stupid. I will not answer you.
Aww.
So, unless I like you, unless you ask me nicely, then maybe.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, very nice about it. So, yeah, you'll find us there.
All right, fantastic. So on that, we are out of here. We will be back again tomorrow night. Don't ask me who we got because I don't fucking remember. I have the worst
Follow our Facebook and all of our Instagrams and Twitchities, and you'll find us.
Yeah, you'll find we post every morning on who's coming. We make TikToks for everybody. So, anyways, here we go. This is Bullet to the Heart, and we are out of here. We love you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.